Sit-ups or crunches get a bad rep, often criticized as being a useless exercise that has better alternatives. But actually, as bodyweight exercises go, sit-ups are everything that is great about calisthenics. An exercise that we can do anywhere, accessible to all levels, and provides a decent level of activation, assuming we do them right. And it's that last bit, doing them right, that often gets people. Because if you're not feeling sit-ups in your abdominals, they really can feel like a waste of time, or worse, painful. So today we're going to go through how you can immediately feel crunches in your abdominals and not your lower back or your hip flexors. And we're first going to take a look at the setup, because the first mistake that we often make when performing this exercise is to anchor our feet under something or have somebody pressing down on our feet. Now, this makes intuitive sense because we don't want to be rocking around or flailing about all over the shop as we're trying to do the movement. The problem with having something weighing down on our feet though is that this gets the hip flexors a little bit too excited. They're a little bit like a nosy neighbor. They see what the abs are doing and just have to look over the fence and start to get involved. And when we push our feet up against something to keep our body down, this just activates them further. We want to turn this set of muscles off and turn these muscles on. So we can use something called reciprocal inhibition to our advantage here, which is the idea that we can weaken one set of muscles by activating the opposite set of muscles. In our case, we want to take the hip flexors out of the equation, so we need to engage the hip extensors. We can easily do this by hooking our ankles over something so that we are pulling ourselves into place, rather than pushing against our body weight with our feet. Our quads and hip flexors in general are doing a job here on the left, whereas on the right hand side, our hamstring and glutes, the extension muscles, are holding us in place, allowing for the abdominals to become the undisputed driver of our sit-ups. We also need to look at exactly what we're doing during the movement. If we speed through reps, we'll likely not be able to give enough focus to the muscles we want to work. The rectus abdominis, amongst other things, is a flexor of the spine, so we need to ensure that this is what we're doing when we aim to do sit-ups. This all sounds airy-fairy, but visualizing this will help, and as opposed to smashing out reps, on the way up, imagine slowly rounding ourselves forward, and on the way down, picture our back painting itself onto the ground segment by segment. We want the hips to be neutral to posteriorly tilted for this, so get rid of that gap under the lower back that will limit the effectiveness of the spine flexors. We want to breathe out as we crunch forward, so the diaphragm and the rectus abdominis are contracting in unison towards the same aim. And we don't want to be excessive with the range of motion here. I know it's called a sit-up, but going too high in the seated position and we actually remove a lot of the tension away from the rectus abdominis. So crunching forward only as far as we feel that activation will be preferable. Crowd, these simple steps will drastically change how we can make use of what is a fantastic beginner exercise. And if you want to see the cheat codes on how to maintain a lean physique, then check this video out right here.